We've now gotten to the point in our process of learning about responsive web design that we're ready to work from an actual mock-up to build an actual responsive web page. In doing that, the first thing that we need to look at is planning. We need to start with our mock-up. We'll start in the way that we would with traditional web design. We'll take a look at how we would lay out different views of the site. Then we're going to translate using the equation that we talked about earlier to take our mock-up from traditional desktop view to a responsive view. And then finally, we'll calculate percentage-based width for all the elements of our page. So the mockup that I've created, you'll see in the resources. And in this mockup, I've created a fairly traditional layout, and everything starts the same way. I'm creating an artificial scenario here where I've created the desktop view and the tablet view and the mobile view of this layout, but in reality, you can think of your mockups more as like a sketchboard. But for the first responsive site that you do, it's probably beneficial to start and think of everything compartmentalized, desktop, tablet, and mobile, and then very quickly, move on to treating everything as a fluid layout, as we'll talk about later. But in our mockup, in this scenario, I've created a logo that'll sit on the left and it'll scale with the width of the browser. And then we have navigation to the right, these four elements will scale. Then we have a header that fits the width. We have four equal width columns. Those are going to shrink with the layout as well. And then in the footer, I have left aligned text and a right aligned image. And then when we go down to tablet view, we have our navigation, which will shrink, the image that shrinks. The columns turn from vertical to horizontal layout, so the image sits to the left, and those will all scale as you go down. The same happens with the footer. And then in our mobile view, the buttons get larger. They'll have a larger clickable area, so you can click this entire shape. The text drops away, but everything else fills the space. So all of these are created as individual layouts with individual pixel widths, and our next step is translating those widths to percentages so we can build a page that can be responsive.